Hi there YouTube, this is Daniel back again with another YouTube video, and this time it's one of those comic book hauls, and this time it's May and it's a bit late, I know, but it's busy. I'm busy. I have the stack over here and it's 28 books in total, and the first book I'm going to show you is Courier, or The Courier, issue 2. This one, the first issue in this series, kind of disappointed me a bit. I had higher expectations than I should probably have had, but this issue kind of sent me, you know, the vibes that it's gonna be what it is, and I'm fine with that. And it's probably gonna be a fun series overall. And here is some of the artwork on the series. Hawkeye, issue 6. I really do like the series. It's a fun and quirky character of Kate Bishop, and Jessica Jones is in LA helping her track down a sister of a client that Jessica Jones has. And there's dragons in this, and I kinda knew who or what the dragon would be. Yeah, I still find it funny, and the artwork is nice as well, even though it's not the original artist, I think. I can't really remember, but I don't really recognize Michael Walsh. And it's written by Kelly Thompson. Extremity, issue 3. This series is turning out to be one of those revenge stories, and I find it interesting to read, and I'm more curious about the character development and what this adventure and this path that they are going down will lead them to, and how that will affect them in the future. And I really do like the artwork in this series. It's written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, and here is some of the art as well. Savage Things, issue 3 out of 8. I really enjoy reading this series. It's written by Justin Jordan and drawn by Ibrahim Mustafa. I think he did a online or web comic that later got published by Dark Horse a while back called High Crimes. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. The series is really interesting, and I think it's New York City, if I remember correctly. It's under siege now by this group that, yeah, I've been talking about it in previous haul videos, but yeah, this series is really going places, and it's intriguing, really interesting, and a good read. Batman, issue 22, the Button Event Part 3, and this one is written by Joshua Williamson, who's normally writing The Flash and some events, and I really did like this issue. And this issue, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's not read it and planning on getting the Button collected edition, which collects the whole crossover event. I really do want to read the Flashpoint event now after reading this, because this issue was really cool and I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. And the art by Jason Fabok is just phenomenal, and yeah, it's really intriguing. And I picked this one to be the gem of the week, basically, of May the 3rd. So yeah, Detective Comics issue 956 is. I really liked this conclusion of the story. I found it satisfying, and I kind of saw it coming, how it probably would end, but I really do like the character of Orphan in this book, or this comic, or in this series. I really find that character endearing. And the art by Takara Takara is really good as well. Grass Kings issue 3. This is an ongoing series at Boom Studios by Matt Kint and Tyler Jenkins. It's really interesting to read this series. All the little things you get through each issue you read kind of opens the world a bit for each issue. And I want to know more about the settlement of the Grass Kingdom and their dispute or their feud with the other settlement on the other side of the lake. And I kind of like how the lake gets to be a sort of character, and you get these flashbacks, but those flashbacks aren't connected to any character. It's always flashbacks connected to the lake and how life has been affected surrounding the lake. So it's a really interesting series so far. And the art by Tyler Jenkins. Here's just an opening sequence. And this was the 2 books I picked up in May 10th, that Wednesday. And this is the gem of the week for that week. Jeff Lemire, issue 3, Royal City, issue 3, that is. I've been enjoying reading the series. It kind of has the feel of a, slice of life story, but it's got this what I consider to be a occult or supernatural type splash to it, basically. Because yeah, I still enjoy reading it, but it's quite slow. Hopefully it will build up faster in future issues, or the story will keep me interested. But if it hasn't hooked me more than it has now by issue 5, I will probably maybe drop it. But still enjoy it, and I want to read more from Jeff Lemire. The Flash number 22. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Kind of didn't see this one coming, but I kind of liked how it concluded anyways, and I want to know how this will play into future storylines with the Flash. And the art by Howard Porter really works for the Flash, and I want to see more drawn by Howard Porter. I would like to see him draw like maybe a Green Lantern Earth 1 graphic novel, or maybe Green Arrow Earth 1 graphic novel. Here's an example of the artwork. Trinity issue 9, written and drawn by Francis Manapul. This has been one of my highest rated series since it was released. It had the last issue was not that good. Issue 8, that is, written by Cullen Bunn, tying into the whole Superman identity thing. I haven't read, so that issue didn't really catch me, basically. But this shows some promise with the Justice League being basically left to Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman, and the Watchtower, the Justice League satellite, being under attack. So it shows some promise for this story arc going into it. Odyssey of the Amazon, issue 5 out of 6. It's just one more issue and then I'm done with it. I found a way to enjoy reading this more than I used to. just skip the narration. Skip the narration boxes, just read the dialogue, even though the dialogue isn't written that well and the story isn't really that good or that great. I still enjoy the artwork by Brian Benjamin, I think that's his name. It kind of kicked up a notch with this issue. Curse Words, issue 5. Yeah, I've enjoyed this series. It's fun, but it's gotten a bit predictable to me. And the artwork is basically what you can see here on the front page or the cover. It's very representative of what the art style and what you get within the comic book. So it kind of sells the comic by itself, but I'm gonna drop the series for now. It's gonna go for a 1-month hiatus anyway and get back in July, and there's gonna be a trade in August, I think. Batman issue 23, The Brave and the Mold. Alec, or Swamp Thing, comes to Gotham City to investigate or help investigate a murder, or he just shows up there when Batman and Gordon are investigating murder. And yeah, I kind of like this issue, and kind of shows how Batman or Bruce Wayne tried to help and understood the feelings Alec might have had or Swamp Thing had. And yeah, I really do like the artwork by Gerard as well. And this felt like a one-shot, and it probably is. We'll see what the next issue will do. Hopefully we'll see more Swamp Thing in Batman or maybe Detective Comics in the future. Yeah, I kind of liked it. Batwoman issue 3. I really do like this series. The artwork by Steve Epting is just awesome. It really fits the world and the character. And the story is really interesting as well. And I really do like how they explore Kate's character and Batwoman's character through the flashbacks, connecting to the lost years, as they refer to them, between her becoming Batwoman and when she dropped out of West Point. Invincible Iron Man issue 7, yeah, written by Brian Michael Bendis and drawn by Stefano Caselli. It's one of my, it's a really good series. I really do recommend it. I really like the character Riri Williams. She's a fun character, and I really do love the artwork. The Few, issue 5 out of 6. I really do like the series, and this is the gem of the week for May the 17th. And I really do like the story. I'm a sucker for those post-apocalyptic stories and with roaming gangs and stuff like that. So that's the selling point for me when I picked it up, and the artwork really looks, to me, cool. Here's an example for you how the artwork looks in this series. So if you can get behind the artwork for this comic, I think you will enjoy the story as well. I do recommend this book for people to pick it up, and I think there's gonna be a trade now in July or August. So pick it up if you like the artwork and the post-apocalyptic or post civilization story type deal. Batman Detective Comics 957. Yeah, it feels like a one-shot type story, but it kind of also sets up a future storyline, and it kind of explains and gives you insight to spoilers, spoiler alerts, state of mind and why she left the Bat Gang basically and went on her own. It's gonna be interesting to see her character develop as well. And I do like the artwork as well in this series, or in this issue. Mosaic, issue 8, and this ends the series. It only got 8 issues, and the last story arc really brought Mosaic's character down to earth, so to say. Kind of humbled him and made his character a bit more likable. I think that it might have been a bit too late, and that's maybe why the series didn't last longer. But I enjoyed the character, and I really enjoyed his power. To read how that would play into being like a superhero in Marvel Universe and stuff like that. So sorry to see it go, but yeah, it frees up some space for other titles to pick up in the future. So Black Hammer issue 9. Yeah, issue 9. This time it's not art by Dean Ormström, it's written by Jeff Lemaitre. It's drawn by David Rubin instead, and I think he drew Ether with Matt Kint on words. This felt like just a filler, because we kind of ended up right where we left off in this issue, and when we left off in the last issue. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna pick up more in the future, next issue. And I hear David Rubin is coming back for in issue 12. The Old Guard, issue 4 out of 5, by Greg Rucka and Leonardo Fernandez. I really do like the series. It's a cool, interesting premise with immortal soldiers, basically, and what could happen if, like, the wrong people found out who they were and what their abilities could be or mean. And the artwork, I really do like the artwork, but I prefer it when it's colored in a like a muted setting, like indoors or in caves, but when it's in daylight, or the coloring is in sort of daylight, it kind of doesn't work as well for me. Here's an example of like the lighter colors, and here's what I mean by the muted or darker setting. And I hear this book is gonna go up for a long hiatus, and we'll be back in like early next year, I hear. 7 to Eternity issue 7. The artwork is just phenomenal, and I won't go into too much detail with the story in this, but they do head into the swamp, and a lot of things happen in this swamp, suffice it to say. And yeah, if you like Jerome Apena's art, go buy this series in a trade. If you like Rick Remender's writing, go buy this book in a trade. You're not gonna be disappointed, I think. I really do enjoy this. Exo Manowar, issue 3, and this is the last issue that Tomas Girello is gonna be on art, which is a bit sad for me. I really do like the artwork, and in this issue it kind of picks up right where the last issue left off. They have invaded the signal tower, and now the people that inhabit this city, or this walled city, are now just trying to get to them in this tower, and they have to escape this. And the art is just phenomenal. First off, this isn't really the art style in this book. It's just a good, nice art style for, you know, the recap and or like explaining the history of the people of that city. And here is the artwork I'm talking about. It's just awesome. I really do like it. And yeah, I feel like I've seen this style of book or this style of story before, but I do, however, like it anyways. And this is gem of the week for the week of May the 24th. So yeah, that's the 4th gem of the month basically. Hulk issue 6, and this concludes the story arc. It was a bit of a slow story, but it picked up in the last 2 issues, and we finally get to see Jen Walter's Hulk out. And I am looking forward for the future with this series, and hopefully Leon will stay on for art duties on this series for a while now. Trinity Annual number 1. This picks up where issue 7 left off, that first issue that Colin Bunn wrote. And this one is written by, who is on art? Williams, and drawn by Gwilym March. I've read some Catwoman trade by Gwilym March, so I kind of recognize that art style. And yeah, it kind of sets up a kind of future story thread for the Dark Trinity, which is interesting as well. I kind of like this issue. The Flash issue 23, the first part of what I think will be a 2-part story. Hal Jordan and the Flash, or Green Lantern and the Flash teams up. The Flash is supposed to celebrate his birthday, and they get attacked by Multiplex or Multiman, or I can't remember what the name of the character was, but yeah, things are happening in this issue, and I wonder how it will conclude. And this really ties into what happened in the Battlement event, and also what happened previous to the Battlement event with Sins of the Father as well. So I really like how they continue those story threads throughout this issue. Aliens Dead Orbit by James Stocco. I bought this just because, on a whim. I saw it, saw the first issue on the rack and just felt like, yeah, why not? Let's try it. I really do find the artwork hyper detailed, and it might not be for everyone. And the dialogue is really limited in this series so far. It's most of the story is propelled and told to you by imagery, so that's really interesting how James Stocco can actually make you see the story, you know, feel like you understand the story without there being much dialogue or words to explain what's happening. He shows you what's happening. That's the right way to do it, I guess. And I really do enjoy the series. It's just gonna be a 4-issue miniseries, and I'm gonna warn you, this is a bit gory, but it's an example of what the art looks like. Hagens Wolf issue 7 out of 8, so it's in the next issue. It's gonna conclude with, I don't know how they will conclude this, because everything that's been the mystery and who's done what and stuff like that has been resolved with this issue. I still, however, like the series, and hopefully they might continue the miniseries to an ongoing or with another miniseries exploring this world or this universe they have set up with all the different colonies on different planets around this, the near solar systems. And yeah, I can recommend anyone to pick it up because it's really cool, and the artwork is just really awesome as well. And the final issue for this haul is Killa B issue 9. I don't know what to say about this it's just, I love the series. I really love the collaborations between Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, and what Elizabeth Breitweiser does with the coloring is just awesome as well. It is a dream team of comics here, at least in my eyes. The story has been taking side steps, exploring different characters and different areas of the story, and I really like that throughout this arc at least. And now we are running closer to the conclusion of the story arc with issue 10, and yeah, the Russians, that's just what I'm gonna say, the Russians. I will say that this is gem of the month, gem of the week for May the 31st. Gem of the month actually as well. So yeah, I really enjoy reading this series. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found this video interesting enough to stick till this part. If you have read any of these series, if you are considering picking them up in the future or in a trade or something like that, just let me know in the comment section below and let's have a nice discussion about it. Until next time, see you around. Bye bye.